Hey y'all, welcome back to the My Virgo Friend podcast. I am your host CheChe, and it is officially Virgo season, y'all. So what's up to all the Virgos, to all the Leo Virgo cuspers out there, and all the August babies? Cheers to y'all. Before we get into the individual shout outs, let's do our breath work. And I need it right now because I'm recording on Zencaster, and the past couple of episodes, it's given me issues where an error message has popped up and it's just stopped recording. Now the error messages keep popping up, but it hasn't stopped recording. So we'll see how far it takes us. And yeah, I'm just gonna go with the flow. But it's driving me. It's quite annoying how this error message keeps popping up. But anyway, let's start. Is my Virgo showing yet, y'all? All right, so let's go for our deep breaths. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Let's go for 5 today, okay? So inhale. And take a sip of your beverage. Goodness. Like it's literally popping up like every 7 seconds. Ugh. Happy Virgo season, y'all. Happy Virgo season. Like I said, shout out to the Virgos, to the Leo Virgo cuspers, and the August babies. Cheers to y'all because we are rounding out August soon. Just starting Virgo season. So yeah, hope y'all had a wonderful Leo season. Hope you became bolder, more courageous. Hope your life got a little more exciting, a little more beautiful, and you allowed yourself to be adored. You allowed yourself to shine. Okay. So, those are all themes that we tend to learn when it comes to Leo season. So, hopefully, you use that energy to level up in some kind of way. Okay. We are rounding out the summer season. Okay. Summer ends in Virgo season. So this is our last season that we're going to have in the summer time, the summer energy. All right. So we are in Virgo Earth season. Shout out to the Earth sign. So the Tauruses along with the Capricorns. Cheers. Cheers to the air signs, the Geminis, Aquariuses, and the Libras. Cheers. And shout out to the water signs, the Cancers, the Pisces, and the Scorpios. Cheers. Okay. So, as I mentioned, with this error message that keeps popping up, like I was recording my episodes like for a few weeks with no glitches. And then when I tried to record the episode 50, it kept giving me these issues. So I had to go back to Zoom. And I really want to use Zencaster, but I can't with these error messages popping up. So I'm gonna have to figure that out once I finish recording this episode, but I need to get it out because I'm already kind of delayed with it. And apologies for that, y'all. We did have a full moon on Sunday, and it was a blue moon, which means that it's the second full moon in the same zodiac season as the previous full moon. Okay, so we had a full moon in Aquarius back in July, and then but right before the close of Leo season, we had another full moon in Aquarius that just missed entering Virgo season by hours. Okay, so it's like, we had the full moon, and then the next day literally was Virgo season. So we just missed it by a few hours, but it's still considered an Aquarius moon because those signs were the moon was in Aquarius at that time. Okay. So hopefully you noticed the moon. I know for me, there was one night where I got pretty good view of the moon when it was just at moonrise from my view from my place. Okay. And it was beautiful. When it has that amber glow, when it's like that haunting, spooky look. I love that. I catch that view. Just like I catch the sunrise, I catch the moonrise view as well. So that has now become like a must have when it comes to manifesting the places I want to live. I have to have sunrise view and moonrise view. Like, I don't want the sun beaming in my place when it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. No, I want it right at the top of the day, and I want it gone by midday. And when the moon rises, I want to have first view of that. I don't want to see the moon when it's like setting, or like I don't, where it's no view at all because the architecture is weird and it's facing a weird direction, So I want it east facing, and I want the moonrise as sunrise view. Okay. But anyway, I digress. The moon was beautiful. And like, if you're watching me on YouTube, I keep playing with my hair because it's about that time for me to wash it. My roots are starting to get a little poofed out because I've been going into all these dance classes and hot yoga and all this stuff. So if you find me playing with it, I'll just go with it. Okay. But anyway, what does that say? The moon was in Aquarius. It was pretty. Like, I saw it like first at moonrise view, but then it was also really cloudy that night. And the nights after that, it was pretty cloudy too. So I didn't get to enjoy the full moon in Aquarius all, 3 days when it's like at its highest, like I really wanted to, but at least I did see it a couple of hours on the day of the full moon. Okay. So that's what's up. But what else happened? Been dancing. That's good. I had the not random, but the instinct to go to hot yoga on Friday. So right when it came to my head, I was thinking I should go to hot yoga, because I'm a heavy sweater by nature. I just easily and naturally sweat. And with yoga, I love yoga, but it gets to a point, some stuff you could do on your own, some stuff you could do from natural practice or whatever. But at some point, you need a trainer, you need a coach, you need someone to kind of guide you through on what to do, because you just don't want to think about what to do. You don't want to formulate a plan. You don't want to put it together. You don't want to do any of that, So it just gets to a point where you just need that extra support. And I just realized that when it comes to yoga, I just needed a little more support. So when the idea came to my head, because I was random, like I was like cleaning or something, it was like, I need to go to yoga, hot yoga. And so right at that moment, I took out my phone. I looked up hot yoga near me, to see when the next class was. It was like at 2:15 when this idea came to me. And the next class was set for 3:30. And I would need to leave by 2:45 to make it there by 3:15, get there about 15 minutes before class start, and be ready to go, so I could check in, because it would be my first time at that studio. So I would need to allot myself time to check in, get a good space, because I would hate, I hate getting into a yoga class late and then you're like forced to put your mat in the corner, you're having to squeeze in between people that really wanted that space, so I just really like to get there ahead of time so I could have time to just lay on the mat with my eyes closed, acclimate, just collect my breath, just disassociate from anything that's outside of that yoga class at that time. And also to kind of, gather my why, what am I trying to achieve in this yoga setting, So I went to hot yoga on Friday afternoon at 3:30. Like, that's not what I do. I don't go to yoga on Fridays, first of all, and then midday Fridays. What? But it felt so good. It's like, okay, what else would I be doing? like what else would I be doing? And just trying to get into a new routine. So I went on Friday to hot yoga on Friday, loved it. And then on Saturday morning, I was like, I'm gonna go to hot yoga, because it's one day at a time, right? I can't say, oh, I'm gonna start going to hot yoga every day. No. I went to hot yoga today. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Oh, cool. I went to hot yoga 2 days in a row. Let's see if I can do it 3 days in a row, and just kind of work my way up like that. So Saturday morning, woke up and I like, you know what? Let me knock it out first. First thing in the morning, get my mind right. And it just still gives me time to wake up, because when I went on Friday, um, she made it more of a stretching class, which I loved it because it was hot yoga scheduled or whatever. But she made it to, we started on our back and it was just more stretch based as opposed to yoga. So a lot of laying down stretches, which I really, really liked and enjoyed, especially with it being my first time at that studio. So did that on Friday afternoon. Then on Saturday, it was Bikram Hot Yoga. And it was this older gentleman, and he was asking me if I had my yoga mat. I'm like, it's my second day, hot yoga. He's like, okay, well, this is different. He's like, it's hotter than hot yoga. It's these specific poses that I'm going to be commanding you to do. And it's going to seem like I'm yelling at you, but I'm not, but it's just a specific flow that you do in Bikram. And I'm like, oh, snap. Okay. So he asked me if I had my hot yoga towel. I did not, y'all. Okay. So if you've never been to hot yoga, you need to have a separate towel, and not a towel just to wipe your sweat away, not a towel to just wipe yourself off, but literally a beach size yoga towel. Okay. It has to have like the little grippies, like, when you wear little booty socks, and it has the little grips on the bottom for the non-slip grip. It's that same type of beading that you need to have on your hot yoga towel. And you drape that on top of your mat, because while you're doing a hot yoga, you're going to be sweating more profusely than you may sweat during just regular yoga. Okay. So to protect the mat, to grip the mat for you, to provide that barrier, you do need a specific yoga towel. Okay. So if you've never done hot yoga, but you're interested, I will highly advise or recommend you go to Amazon and Google, or put in the search engine, whatever, hot yoga towel. Okay. Just have that ready to go. Of course, have a good quality yoga mat. And also, that was another thing too that I recognized, because even though I may not go to hot yoga every time, it just seems like good practice to put a towel over your mat anyway, because like I'm not washing my yoga mat every single time I use it. There's sometimes where it just gets rolled. I might wipe it off real quick and you roll it up and then you just keep using it, but maybe, just making that a standard practice of just having a towel on top of your mat anyway, because like there's times like when I go out, and do yoga in the park, I don't like checking that damn dirt on my mat, and I usually put a blanket down and then I put my yoga mat on top of that, so that if I step off my yoga mat, I'm still covered and I'm not stepping on the ground. So I still may do that, but also still put a towel on top of the mat, because that could also reduce costs, right? Because it's just making the mat more cushiony. So if you get like a cheap yoga mat, or if your mat is worn out and you hadn't updated your mat in a while, you can maybe like just drape that towel. Like, the towel will be more cost effective than the mat, I would think. And just buy a bunch of cute different towels that you can interchange, rather than buying a whole new yoga mat every time, So just my idea, something that came to me when I was in my Bikram Hot Yoga class, and it was way harder. Like Bikram Hot Yoga, y'all, it literally felt like yoga musical chairs. Like it was so funny to watch everybody standing up, starting these yoga poses. And as we go through, as people get more tired, they're laying down on their mat, because you have to lay down a certain way. When you're taking a break, like you have to face the specific wall and lay down on your back. And I'm thinking that's so he can like see our faces as he's walking through and checking on us during the positions. So, to make sure we don't pass out or anything, because it is hotter, because I don't know if they make it literally heat hotter, or it's because we're doing specific poses and in the order it generates heat in a specific way, or a combination of both. I don't know, but it was hotter, and I was taking way more breaks in the Bikram Hot Yoga class than I was in the regular yoga class. So I'm gonna keep going and I really liked it, but it kicked my ass. So it would be so funny to watch everybody, let's say a group of 15, doing this yoga flow, and then then it drops down to 12, then it drops to 10, and then 8, and then it's like the last 5 standing. So it was very interesting to watch. The people that could handle it. I was not one of those people. But I really enjoyed it. It really kicked my ass. Like Bikram Hot Yoga is like personal training, but for yoga. you know I got a great sweat. And it's like for me, especially being a naturally heavy sweater, it's like once you do hot yoga, like the other kind of yoga doesn't even matter anymore, because it's like, if I'm not gonna sweat, I don't want it. If it's not gonna like really kick my ass, then I don't want it. So cheers, everybody that likes hot yoga. This ice cold water got into my Invisalign trays when I was drinking just now. Gave me a slight brain freeze, just slightly. And today is the anniversary of Aaliyah's passing. So cheers to all the Aaliyah fans. Cheers everyone that's been streaming Aaliyah music. Okay. I as well have been jamming to the Aaliyah tracks. Okay. So like I said, we had the full moon, the blue moon in Aquarius, and on Sunday. Was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. I had my meditation meetup on Saturday. Shout out to everyone that attended the meditation meetup and my OGs and all that. I have my sexy sweat dance class tonight. Shout out to my sexy sweat crew. Also, shout out to Bianca. She gifted me this Virgo sweatshirt that I'm wearing, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite things to wear, but it's an acronym for Virgo. What does it say? Can I read it? Is this visionary? I'm reading it in reverse on my screen. So maybe visionary, independent, reliable, realist, genius. No, I really was going to try to read that. Oh, I can't read that last one. I got all the way down here. I got all the way to the bottom. I can't read it in reverse. But anyway, so yes, I love my hoodie, my sweatshirt. I took way more time on that than I should have. My bad, y'all. But anyway, what did I do today? That's what I want to share also today. So I got my brows done. Shout out to my brow girl Tina, and I got my lip waxed or whatever. But I went to my usual nail salon today. I booked an appointment ahead of time days ago. I was like, when is Tina available for wax and pedicure? And I don't even think I said manicure, because I didn't plan on getting it done there. But I was like, let me get the pedicure at least, because I know they let Tina do my pedicure, but they never let her do my nails because they only want her doing dip. Fine, whatever. I have acrylic. So schedule the appointment days in advance. When is Tina next available for wax? 11:30. Cool. I get there at 11:30. She's working on someone's feet. Okay. I pick out my color. I'm standing up waiting because surely she should be ready to go. It's 11:30. The manager who has seen me for years, okay, supporting her business, okay, she tells me to sit down or whatever, and I do. And then like 10 minutes later, she tells me to she just points and says, go to chair 7 or whatever. Points to go to chair 7. I sit down. It's not the usual chair number 4 that I like, where the seat actually works and it actually massages and it doesn't cuts out in the middle of the massage, and it does actually all 4 of the different massages that it says on the little screen. Like I've scoped out the different chairs. I want chair number 4. Did I ask for chair number 4? No, I didn't. But Tina knows I like chair number 4, but it was hot. I told me to go sit at chair number 7. So I went and sat at chair number 7. And when I put my feet in, the water was like basically lukewarm already. Like when I put my feet in. And Tina knows I like my water popping hot. Okay. Like I'm trying to play dip a toe with the water. Okay. That's how hot I want it. And then eventually I'm submerged in things. But when I sat down, First of all, the water barely came to my ankles when I put the feet in. The water barely came to my ankles. She didn't leave a slow drip because Tina, she'll usually put the water really hot, but she'll make it a slow drip. So the water is, so as it's filling up slowly, it's still going to be hot. So even when she turns off the water that it feels, it's still super very hot and it lasts hot for a long, long time. Tina knows. She knows the formula for the water. Okay. So when Haas sat me down, okay, the water barely came to my ankles when I placed both feet in there. It was already lukewarm. It didn't have a slow drip, okay? So I'm already pissed, okay? Because now this time, I've been waiting for like 30 minutes, okay? So then by this time 12:10 comes, Tina sees me. She sits down like, hey, Sherelle. And I say, actually, Tina, I just need to get my waxing and my lip done because I have to go. And she said, oh, you don't want to? No, I'm good. I'm good because I made an appointment for 11:30. Be ready. Okay. Like I love Tina. It wasn't her fault. She didn't schedule it. It was whoever's doing the booking. They scheduled it. And, it's like they just wanted me to get in here, but it's like, okay, if you just want me to get in here, there's somebody need to be doing my feet right now. Like, I don't need to be waiting 40 minutes for you to start my services. I mean, I would have made an appointment if that's what I wanted. If I didn't mind waiting, I wouldn't have made an appointment. I just would have been a walk-in, but I specifically reached out for an appointment. So I would need you to be ready because you don't know what I have lined up after this, So now that you've decided to make me wait 40 minutes, even with an appointment, now my day has shifted 40 minutes. So you know what? Don't even worry about it because manager lady that sat me down, you was rude anyway. I've been coming here for years. I've been loyal to this salon, but I have noticed a trend where you just been a little more disrespectful and stuff, or maybe I'm just becoming a little more intolerant to disrespect the BS, and it may be a combination of both, because sometimes when people get comfortable with you, they think they could just like treat you any kind of way, and they think you could just tolerate the same stuff you used to tolerate before, all because you're nice or you're a people pleaser or you don't like conflict, whatever. Maybe a combination of all of them, But at some point, you have to decide like what you're willing to put up with and what you will not tolerate, what you will not put up with. Like, yes, I made that appointment, because of course I don't like going to the nail salon anyway. But it's like while I'm there, I'm gonna get everything done because I don't want to have to be coming back every week for something else different every time. So I'd rather just knock everything out right while I'm here, So even though I only plan to get my brows waxed, because only Tina could touch my brows. So even though I wanted to just get my brows waxed, naturally I always get my upper lip waxed when I get my brows waxed. And it's like, well, shoot, I know Tina does my pedicure, so at least let me get the pedicure. And of course, if I'm waiting for my pedicure, I'm gonna pick out the nail color and just go ahead and get the manicure done because I do have a broken nail, But this manicure set came from a different nail salon. And I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. But so it wasn't Tina's fault, but at the same time, she was rude, and she didn't take care of me, like if Tina's not ready to do these feet, somebody need to do these feet because I booked for 11:30. The 7 services need to start. Even if Tina can only do my waxing, that's cool, but these feet still need to be done within 40 minutes. 40 minutes, my pedicure could have been done, but it's like, no, I had to wait because why y'all want to overbook? Like, why didn't you just book me for 12 o'clock? If I'm not going to be seen until 12:10, just book me for noon, because I wouldn't have rushed out from what I was doing before this, so it's just like, be considerate of people's time, like I don't give a damn if we do have, a specific appointment or whatever. You don't know what I have lined up after this, and you don't know what I had to cut short before this. Okay. So respect my time and respect others people's time, because in that moment when I was sitting there in the chair number 7, okay, the massage chair was not working. Every time I would press a button, it would turn on, and then I'll have to press another button for it to roll down to the lumbar of my spine, and then I would have to press it again if I wanted to massage, and it would stop after like a couple of seconds, and then press it again if I wanted to turn back on because it automatically shut off. And it's a stupid cycle of, damn it, I don't want to be in this chair. Damn it, this water is not hot. She didn't even check on me to see if I needed anything. Like I'm sitting here 15 minutes without Tina, and how didn't check on me not one time. Okay. So I didn't like that, I booked the service, and it's like, no, like Why did I make an appointment if you're not going to be ready? Okay, I don't give a damn if you did think I'm still going to be here at 12 o'clock, 12:31, whatever. I don't care. I needed it to be started at 11:30 because I'm trying to get out of here at a certain time, So that that's gonna be my last time going there, because there's millions of Tina every day, B. Like there's gonna be another brow lady out there for me at another salon. But like that's the same salon that I was going to like before I moved. So it's really out the way considering how many other salons I passed to get to that salon. It's not like it's right up the street, Like I have to travel to go to that salon. Like I'm only, so it's not doing me any favors to stay there, like I was just trying to be loyal and stuff. But like I've had experiences like this in the past with them where I felt like, they're, moving a little slower than they could right now, and it's like, I get it. We're in the pandemic and stuff. So they may be like short staffed or whatever, but like, you need to consider that when you're scheduling people. Like, that's not my problem, like, don't be trying to book like you got 8 people if you're only going to have 3 working, because that's not my problem. My problem is that I need a service started when I booked it. And then I need it to be done in a reasonable amount of time, not because you want to just get me here, and just keep me here, just put my feet in some water. Nope. I'll take these feet right on out too, because nobody touched them. Nobody massaged it. Nobody did anything to the feet. It's just been sitting in water. Okay. So no, thank you. Don't even wipe them off. I got it. So yeah, that has to be my last time going there because I'm not doing this. I'm not going to be arguing. I'm not going to be putting myself in positions when I just had my intuition speaking to me the whole time I'm sitting there. Like, why am I here? Why am I here saying to myself, I don't like this chair. I don't like this water. It's not hot enough. Like, why isn't she here yet? Why is she so rude? Why didn't she offer me the wine like they usually do? They usually offer a glass of wine. And that's why I like going there too, because most salons don't do that, So they offer a little glass of champagne. It's like, damn it, I could buy a bottle of champagne when I leave here. Like, is it really worth all this? No. I like don't play with my time. I have other things I need to be getting done, And I just hate the feeling of like feeling like I'm held hostage. I just really hate that feeling. So yeah. So like I told Tina, like, nope, don't even touch my feet. Don't even wrap these nails up or anything. Wax my brows or wax my lip and send me on my way with this $18 service. I'm gonna keep my $90 to myself. Okay. I'm gonna give it to another nail salon that's showing me more respect. Okay. That's giving me a sense of urgency and that's grateful for my business. Okay. Because no, like some businesses, some people, they treat you how they want to treat you and they disrespect you how they want to disrespect you, and some people think that they could just do things and you're not going to go anywhere and you're not going to be disloyal to them and you got something to prove and you need the validation from them. No, I'm good. Don't even worry about it. I'll find someone else and maybe someone better. There may be a better brow lady for me, because I've told Tina so many times to not finish my brows with oil. Put some jelly, some aloe vera, whatever else, other stuff you put on my face, but don't put the oil on my face because it's going to break me out in a couple of days and I can't stand that. Okay. I've told her that so many times. She's remembered sometimes, but for a lot of times, there's been more times than I have counted where it's like, oh, I forgot. No, I don't think you forgot. I think you're trying to be funny, So, but anyway, don't let people play with your time. I said all that to say this. Don't let people play with your time. Sometimes and most times people know exactly what they're doing. They want to hold you up. They want to distract you. They want to have you looking to the left when you need to be paying attention to the right. They want you to be focused on things in the past rather than keeping you from aspiring on things that are in the future or the things to come. They want to keep you reminiscent of what went wrong and focused on what could go wrong. It's like, no, I don't need that energy. And if you're trying to make me feel like I'm worth the wait, if you're trying to make me feel like my service isn't as important as someone else's service, that's fine. That's fine. But I also don't have to be here either because I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not going to argue with you. Like, don't make me feel like I have to wait. I don't like that. No, it's like if it's my time is important. Okay. And it's just like all about respecting your time, respecting my role, respecting my responsibility, respecting my money, respecting what I have to do here. Okay. So with the full moon in Aquarius, it's a big humanitarian energy, but it's also big individualistic energy. Okay. Because again, we were wrapping up Leo season, which is fire element, and Leo is all about the self, but it's also about love and loving others and stuff, you know. So with like one of the themes with the Leo season in with the Aquarius moon stuff in Leo season, it's like, you know, what is your individual self? You know, how are you showing up in the world? How are you showing up to the world? You know, how do you want to stand out more from the crowd? Okay. So those are some of the things that, you know, came with the full moon. So did you notice any themes like that where, you know, you're just kind of straying away from how other people are doing things and you want to do things your way or in a rebellious, innovative way? Or you're just realizing like, you know what, I thought I wanted to be a part of a collective, but I actually want to be by myself right now. I thought I wanted to be, you know, in relation to someone, you know, I thought I wanted to be loyal to someone else, but I really need to be loyal to me. I thought I wanted to be loyal to this career or this career path, but I really want to be loyal to my passions and my creative projects, you know? So I just saw this theme of like being loyal to yourself and respecting yourself, because Leo is that regal energy, that royal energy. And when I think of royal energy, I think of decorum, I think of etiquette, I think of manners. Um, you know, the prototype, just given the blueprint of how you should be, right? So when it comes to the blue moon and the full moon in Aquarius and stuff, it's just like rebelling on, no, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna do what sets me ablaze. I'm gonna do what makes my heart happy. I'm gonna do what makes me shine, what makes me light up. Okay. And just having that bold fearlessness, because Leo and Aquarius are two very bold and very adventurous signs, right? So just being bold and the adventure, being, you know, open-minded and having these big, grand, theatrical ideas and these innovative ideas and these dreams that you want to put into practice. You know, manifesting is a big manifesting energy as well. So anything that came to you during the full moon, like think about the 2 to 3 days leading up to the full moon and then the 2 to 3 days after the full moon. What connections have you made? What breakups have happened? What arguments? What has pissed you off? What has irked your nerve? Who has irked your nerve? And consider why. You know, what were you doing? What time of day was it? What's the dynamic between y'all two? Is there a lesson that you've learned so far with this person? Have you feel like you've been learning a lesson with this person? Do you feel like this space that you're in, you've been learning to relax more or to detach more? Like, what's the theme that you've noticed leading up to the full moon? Because the full moon is what, Sunday? So maybe last Thursday up until like this Thursday. Just take into account how your week has been, okay? Because I would say chances are that's something, that's a lesson that you need to learn, or that's there's something to be learned from that person or from that exchange, from that encounter, okay? So yeah, I know for me that's definitely one of the things, like respect has been a huge focus for me, okay? Because to ignore your intuition, to ignore how you feel, to ignore how people make you feel. Like if you always feel yourself like second guessing if somebody was like giving you a backhanded compliment or trying to be funny or slick shady you to your face with other people around, you know, like if you keep thinking that, chances are it's some truth to it, okay? Because I've been having that as well. And you know, getting the message of like amping up the protection or whatever. So I've been getting that evil eye energy as well, where like people aren't what they seem, like the energy given isn't what it seems, like smoke and mirror type of energy, you know. So So yeah, so you've been noticing that may be a theme also, because also we're in Virgo season now, and Virgo, even though it's an Earth sign, it is in like an honorary air sign because we do have the high focus of intellect with being ruled in Mercury, and it is ruled by the gut, and we know that gut instincts, right? Gut intuition. So intuition, it starts with the gut. That's why they say like you are what you eat, like literally what you eat and what you process in your digestive system, which is going to be anything that you eat, whatever you process in your digestive system, it's helping to support or destroy your your gut system, your power center. Remember your solar plexus chakra, how it's located right there in your center. Okay. So where you make these gut instincts, these gut decisions. Okay. When you're nervous about the emotions you're feeling, right? It's all stemming from your gut. So Virgo energy does have that high influence of high instinct of psychic ability of just knowing shit. Okay. Virgos just know stuff. We're usually right. Like we have the stereotype of Virgos are always right or Virgos are know-it-all. Well, I mean, it's just like literally just listen to the Virgo and you'll be fine. Okay. Like if you don't listen to the Virgo because you're trying to prove a point, you're gonna be looking stupid. Like if we're trying to navigate you with directions and stuff and you don't want to listen because you remember how to get there and you don't need help from backseat drivers or whatever. And then come to find out you actually do end up getting lost. And had you just listened to the Virgo, none of this would have happened, right? Or the Virgo say, hey, we need to order such and such. You're like, no, we got plenty of that. And then come to find out you didn't have plenty of that. And had you just listened to the Virgo, you wouldn't have to go back to the store. Okay. So stuff like that. But so yeah, again, consider what the lesson you were meant to learn for the blue moon in Aquarius, because we are now in Virgo season. Okay. It is harvest season. It is seed planting season. This is where we transition from the summer into the fall. Okay. So when you transition into the fall, okay, what are you trying to harvest now? Because we're going to move into the fall seasons, to the holiday seasons, to the end of the year. That last burst of energy, that last burst of like, formulating a plan, getting the groundwork, getting a blueprint, strategizing for quarter 4. Okay. You need to handle that for Virgo season. Okay. Because when the next Earth season comes around, which is going to be Capricorn season, okay, it's all about going up. So Virgo season, you need to lay the groundwork. You need to have an understanding. Okay. How can I better take care of myself? Because it all starts with you, right? It all starts with the mind. It all starts with your intention. So with you coming first, you can't give what you don't have. Okay. So if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not eating well, if you're not drinking your water, if you're not going to yoga or stretching or moving your body in some kind of way, if you're not enjoying life, if you're not living your passions, all right, if you're not doing things to help stimulate your body and stimulate your mind, body, and spirit for that mind body connection, you will not have much to give. You would not have much life to enjoy. Okay. What is wealth without the health to enjoy it? Okay. What's the point of having a boat if you're going to be like wheelchair bound, or if you're going to be, in a situation where you can't enjoy it, just make sure you're taking care of yourself, right? Like, what's the point of having, a beach house or having all this money, all these clothes, if you're not able to go out and enjoy it because your health has confined you, your health has restricted you. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's different ways to be, to prevent ourselves from enjoying life, right? By not taking care of our bodies. So, yes, understand life happens or whatever, and injuries happens and things like that. But for a lot of dis-ease can be prevented, are preventable just with implementing healthy eating and nutrition habits, right? So just make sure you're taking care of yourself, just like those triggers I said that you need to set up. to remind yourself when you're kind of falling off, right? Like for me, it's making up my bed. So if I know if I look in my room and my bed isn't made, that could be like my reminder to myself, like, okay, Sherelle, what's going on? How are you feeling? You know, even though you're operating, you're going out and stuff, are you really okay? Okay, so what's your trigger? It could be not grocery shopping, you know, because maybe you're really good about your meal prep. You're really good about keeping good food stocked in the house. But if you notice some chips, you know, ended up in the house, or if you notice there's no food at all, there is no meal prep, you have no water, that could be like, oh shit, that could be your indicator of, okay, I'm not doing all right. Or if you're used to having candles lit, okay, on your altar, and you notice that you don't have candles lit on your altar, that could be your signal of, oh snap. Or if you run out of sage, if you run out of incense, if you don't talk to someone specific, like if you don't talk to a specific friend, a specific colleague, or if you don't complete a specific task that week, that's going to be your trigger of checking in with yourself, okay? Because Virgo season, it is the sixth zodiac sign. It is the healer. It is the helper. It is the midpoint of the zodiac. The sister sign is Pisces. Okay. Earth and water. Remember, earth and water go together. Air and fire. Air and fire go together. So for the earth sign of Virgo, Pisces is the sister sign. And Virgo is the sign of service. It's the helper. It's the healer. It's the maiden. It's the virgin. It's the closet freak. Okay. Virgo is earth signs. So remember, earth signs are all about building, getting the groundwork, getting stability, getting your money up, getting your intellect up. So this is also back to school season, back to school energy. So getting your head back in the books, getting your head back focused on what the original plan was. Because remember, we are in Q4. So it is that go back and review type of energy of looking at, see how far you've come since the new year, since Q1, 2, and 3. What have you done? How do you want to close out the summer? How do you want to bring in the final quarter of the year? Okay. Virgo is all about being better. Virgo is all about improving. Again, it's about it's ruled by the gut. So health and wellness is a huge theme with Virgo season. Also, like I said, it is a sign of service and helping other people. So just be mindful of um, how you're showing up for yourself, right? Because we just had the full moon. Leo, full moon in Aquarius with Leo season. And, you know, it's all about the shine, being bigger, being better, being bolder. And then Virgo, you may find that you want to get into hermit mode where you kind of want to retreat a little bit because you are so inspired to be focused. You are so inspired to go back to school, to start that course, to begin the certification, to take this exam again, to begin prep, whatever. You have this burst of go back to school energy, right? So you're getting back into the swing of things, right? And with getting back to the swing of things, it may call for a sense of detachment. It may require you to be alone, to retreat, to be secluded, to go into solitude, to enjoy the solitude, and maybe not hang out so much, maybe not go, you know, hang and have drinks, maybe not go to happy hour, maybe not go to brunch, maybe not just, you know, oh, I don't know, I could just come hang out over there. Oh, you're working. Okay, let me go hang out at your job and keep you company. Like maybe you can't do that right now. Okay. Maybe you used to go to the fun dance classes, but you can't now. Maybe now you need to go to more technical training classes, or maybe you need to go to workshops, or you want to take time to go travel to other cities to take classes there. Or if you want to start saving your money, maybe you can't invest in your passion right now. You can't invest in your art, your training, because you just really focus on saving your money. That's Virgo energy too, right? You don't necessarily need to go out or outsource the help, right? Like everything begins with you. It all starts and ends with you. Okay. You don't need a gym to do push-ups. You don't need a gym to do sit-ups. You don't need a sauna to sweat. All right. You don't need, you know what I'm saying? Like just do what you have, work with what you have, appreciate what you have. This is a season also of gratitude. Okay. This is a season of being grateful that you've made it this far and that you still have an opportunity to turn things around. You know, even though we're more than halfway through the year, you still have an opportunity to turn your year around. Maybe it was a rough year for you and, you know, everyone else is winning in 2021, but maybe for you, it just hasn't been that simple. Maybe that hasn't been your story and you just need like another win. You just need another break. Maybe Virgo season will be that for you. So just be open and aware that This is a great time of manifesting. Okay. This could be your winning season. All right. This is harvest season. So really go back to your New Year's resolutions. Go back to your camera roll. Okay. Go back to your text messages. Who was you texting around the end of the year last year? Who was you texting at the beginning of the year? What notes did you have in your phone at the end of the year, beginning of the year? Okay. End of 2020, beginning of 2021. I need you to look at your camera roll. What were you taking screenshots of? What were you taking videos of and pictures of? Who were you texting? Where did you go? What notes were you putting in your phone? What were your destinations? Okay, what trips did you make? Did you make any transitions? Like, did you make a career transition at that time or since that time? Have you made a relationship transition at that time or since that time? Really go back to review your year, because your answers start with you. Yes, you can go and get a trainer, a coach, a mentor, a colleague, a work buddy, a peer, an accountability partner, whatever you want to call it, a gym buddy, whatever. Yes, you may get this external help, but the thoughts, sometimes they stay with you, right? Most people don't talk about their stuff. We're just now in the age of Aquarius where people are becoming more comfortable with therapy and, opening up about their traumas and their shadow self, But for the most part, people aren't sharing every single thing they think, and every single harmful idea and every single experience that's made them feel away, But you know what it is. And hopefully you are consistent enough to document it. Hopefully you were, you just consider it important enough to document. So if you don't have that, take this as a sign to start capturing your life more. Like, I wish I took more pictures. I just kind of become this person that don't really like taking pictures, and it's really annoying. But yeah, like, I wish I had more photos of myself, not just selfies with filters, but literally like photographs, like I wish I had more videos with friends, with people, because I just don't really do anything other than like go to dance class and like what I do, every day. Like, I just wish I had more of an interesting life and more dynamic life. So if you can resonate with that, this could be an opportunity to change that around, like reflect on how you spent the first, 3/4 of the year, and then make a decision to be different this last quarter, or maybe make a decision to be different in the new year and use this last quarter to stack your money, to invest, to learn about money management, to learn about health and wellness, to learn how you could tweak your schedule. What sacrifice are you willing to make for Virgo season in order for you to ascend to the next level? Who are you willing to cut off? What are you willing to cut off? What are you willing to change about yourself? Okay. Because remember, self-love is checking yourself. Self-love is calling yourself out on your own stuff and just making sure that you're good. Okay. You have to make sure you're good. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop it there. But just thank you so much for your support, for your love. I hope that Virgo season is being good to you. Try not to get so annoyed with people. Okay. That tends to be a Virgo thing. Like, I just noticed that people just been real stupid lately. Today, like with the whole spa thing, it's like if I book for 11:30, don't have me waiting 40 minutes for my 11:30 appointment. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. And especially with it being COVID, it's not packed. You have people just walking around. You're walking around. Okay. You could have helped me. But anyway, I digress. Try not to be so irritable and try not to be so easily moody and irritated by people and the stupid shit they do. Because that's big Virgo energy. And try not to overthink. That's another big Virgo shadow energy. Okay. We tend to overthink ourselves into stress, unnecessary stress, and then it manifests in the body. Okay, so health and wellness is the key. Health and wellness is the message for this season. Okay, so I'm gonna let it go there. All right, I love y'all so much. Remember, follow me on Instagram at CheChe Babe, CheCheBabe, as well as my Virgo Friend podcast. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Amazon Music or TuneIn or Stitcher or iHeartRadio or whatever, thank you so much for your love and support. And remember that I also release the visuals on YouTube, so you can check me out there. But yes, I will see y'all later this week with another episode. Okay, love you. Take care of yourself, and bye.